questions if you have any. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. I have any initial questions. I do have several public speaker slips to this item. Do we have any initial questions at the moment? I'll go to public speakers. Mr. Teal, I know that he had mentioned that he wasn't going to be able to stay. So we just have a slip here. Steve Futterman.
Thank you. Steve Futterman, 941 2nd Street, Pearl Beach. The slide providing the financing, don't buy it. It's absolute fantasy. It's just a myth. It's the classic that's used in these types of situations. So I'll get and read it because it's my anniversary. I have to get out of here after this. So the idea of the Pearl Beach Redevelopment Agency diverting $6.7 million of public fund into the hands of an organization that has shown nothing but disdain for our community. There's nothing short of pathetic act of an out-of-control branch of city government, meaning the redevelopment agency that has an abysmal failure in its silly claim of economic development. The Imperial Beach Redevelopment Agency can produce no quantifiable data to count to this point. If RDA staff would like to differ, then let's do it in a forum where I can respond. I would welcome a public debate, and I'll fund the location, if asked. The Imperial Beach, the people of Imperial Beach need to hear the truth about this. Just $6.7 million and how this is financed. Currently, the communication is completely controlled by the redevelopment agency. I hope there are the votes that would stop this diversion of public funds that have already been diverted away from public education and essential services into the hands of special interests that include RDA staffers, lobbyists, and bondholders. They have no interest in the quality of life for the citizens of Imperial Beach. None. Look at the shape that building's in. The parent company of Seacoast Inn stood by and allowed their property over the years to deteriorate into a filthy, substandard facility. Why wouldn't they do anything else? They had the blessing of many of our local politicians, some represented here tonight, that arbitrated on their behalf. These politicians went on to use public funds to hire lobbyists back in 2002-2003 to lobby the Coastal Commission for a height variance for the Seacoast Inn, and then went on to destroy the existing competition made up of local IB small business owners that provided vacation accommodation for visitors and TOT revenue for a city. That little ordeal cost the people of Imperial Beach $35,000 in lobbying fees. Now 7 years later, just look at the site and you judge for yourself. Shame on everybody that was involved with that situation. This is corporate welfare of the worst kind that is anti-competitive and rewards bad behavior. How can other entrepreneurs looking at this compete with that kind of funding? Why should they have to? Pacifica has over $2 billion in assets in a time when the public is so sick of bailouts and people's lives being turned upside down by the economic situation. The thought of this becoming reality is sickening. T-Mobile is not a problem for our children, Councilman McQuaid. You're delusional about that. It's redevelopment, diverting redevelopment money away from public education and our children into nonsense like this that's responsible. 6.7 should be going to educating our children. Teachers have to beg to use their own money to purchase supplies while watching as local politicians and the California Redevelopment Agency build edifices to themselves. It's also a flawed business model that won't fly this town. We need to understand our limitations and leverage our strengths. With RDA calling the shots, innovation and creativity will be stifled. While I hate RDAs, I know the $6.7 million has to be spent.
Mr. Futterman, could you conclude, please?
Yeah, sure. So what I would do is, there's other ways to do this. I would recommend specialized university using eminent domain. I'm against eminent domain, except in this case if we can tie it to an educational component. Rejecting this nonsense.
Mr. Futterman, could you conclude? Thank you. Mr. Carr?